I think he likes movies. You guys like movies? You guys like movies,
Love
right?
them.
Well, there's a movie out there. It's been made. You like daycare? I like daycare too. I need some daycare today. I need a lot of daycare. Hey, we're talking about The Great Gatsby today.
Okay, I want to talk about that.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to talk about The Great Gatsby. This is a movie that's been made 6 times. This is the 6th incarnation of it. Robert Redford was in the last one. This one stars Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's check it out.
Can't repeat the past.
Can't repeat the past.
Why, of course you can. Why, of course you can, Leonardo DiCaprio. Hey, this movie's in 3D, folks, so it is wild and lush. Check out that, showing you the martini scene right there. That was a big scene in this movie.
Scene. This was my favorite scene.
Beautiful. Carey Mulligan is in the movie.
Every lady's heart will just melt.
Oh, yeah, just terrific. Yeah, it is beautiful. Same guy did Moulin Rouge, did Romeo and Juliet, did Strictly Ballroom. It is a terrific film. So anyhow, there's this big scene in the film where you see Leonardo finally revealed as Gatsby, and he's got this martini, and he shows it to the camera. It's a pretty wild-looking shot. So when I talked to him, we talked about that shot. I thought it was pretty special.
There was specifically that moment. There's an excerpt in the book. It goes, "It was one of those rare, unique smiles that made you feel like he understood you in only a way that he could." So there were so many sequences in the book like that, which add a lot of pressure because. You know, Fitzgerald's words are so eloquent, and he as a reader, you know, you feel like you're immersed in that world. You feel like you're sitting with those characters. That was one of the great powers of reading The Great Gatsby for the 2nd, 3rd, and 20th time. Is the more you read it, the more you feel like you're connected to these characters, and you have your own distinct relationship with them.
When I saw this scene, it's like he turns the camera with the martini. You know, you saw the scene.
Oh,
Such
a good movie.
You liked it, huh?
Oh yes.
It reminds you of one of those scenes like Clark Gable in Gone with the Wind or something.
Okay.
You know, I said it's like one of the top 10 like moments in a movie. You know, where somebody's revealed, or you see somebody really looks good, and you know he really pulls this off. And Isla Fisher is in this. Sacha Baron Cohen's wife is in this. She plays the girlfriend of the guy who plays the villain. That's Joel Edgerton. And we had a chance to talk a little bit about the situation there where he's the villain, but for some reason you sort of almost like him in a way, which is really difficult. There we go. We're not supposed to like him, but you sort of feel for him, you know, when he goes through that whole thing like, hey, you must have loved me at one time, right?
Yeah, and that's for, as an actor, like reaching in to try and play or bring characters like that onto the screen, you don't want to judge them, and you don't want to just play one note. You want to find the things about them that are also understandable. Although you don't want to tip it too far that you're trying to turn him into a nice
But it is amazing
guy.
that he says, when he's trying to woo her, like the biggest moment, he says, I carried your shoes. I mean, the most, like, I mean, that would not win anybody over, but he does so little for her that she's like, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Do you think? Is that why? I mean,
I'm sure Tom's done more than just carry her down from the punch bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He spent some money, he wooed her. And they say, you know, Jordan says of Daisy that soon after the marriage, she seemed like she was totally in love.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I think she was. I mean, she totally loves him. She stays with him.
It's wild to see them when they're not in character.
Oh,
If you see it,
absolutely.
like how much different does he look than he looks in the film?
He looks great. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, but yeah, they really play him down.
We gotta
in the
get
film.
Jimmy to see this
I
movie.
want to see. I wasn't thinking it was going to be in 3D because I'm thinking of action movies all the time for that. But you're saying it has a good effect here.
You probably read this book when you were a kid.
When
right?
I was in junior high school 10 years ago.
Listen up, 11th graders out there, right?
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you're trying to get out of that senior shuffleboard thing? That's what's going on right here. Hey, we got a chance to talk to Leo one more time about the book and the story in itself, and it's sort of fun to hear from Leo. Isn't it great the way you learn too? It's not the wealth. He doesn't really care that much about the wealth. It's the lure it provides.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's the bait on the hook.
And truthfully, when I read this novel as a 15-year-old, it's a completely different interpretation.
Yeah.
And now that I've read it as an adult, you know, I looked at it as a traditional love story, but it's not. It's really this huge tragedy of this very empty man that's trying to fill this void in his life, and this manifestation of what he thinks love is through Daisy is just a figment of his imagination. She's a mirage.
So Jimmy, is it gonna be a date night out for Jimmy maybe?
Oh yeah, I think
You
so.
need to.
I need to do
It's a great movie.
Okay, I'm
You have
gonna
to get
go.
used to